um so yesterday I was trying to explain to you how to go about the use of Trello. So today we'll take a step further by uh, applying it for our own work and project. Okay, so how does this apply? So today actually we're supposed to commence our first project. Our first project, according to schedule, is meant to be a mobile application design. Okay, so now we are going to brainstorm. So to list out some of the things we would do, we would brainstorm. We would come up with a project, and then we go about the steps to, okay, when we have a project, what are the necessary steps we have to take. Remember the first lecture we had where we talk about 4 pillars of UX design. Okay, so we're going to apply those steps one step at a time. Okay, all right. So to begin with, the first thing we have to do now is to create a workspace. All right, so we'll come to create on your Trello. Whenever you want to create a workspace, you will see, of course, you always see like 3 options. If you want to create a board, just a board, maybe you're already on a workspace and you want to create a board, you want to work with a template like the one I was showing you yesterday, or you want to just create, you want to start afresh. This is when you want to create a group of boards. Okay, you want to work with a new project. All right, so let's select create workspace. So now we've not actually brainstormed, we've not come up with a project yet, but um let's call it,
I think we were doing one yesterday night.
sorry.
I said I think we were doing one yesterday night.
Yes, but the network was so bad, so we had to cancel that. So I need to start afresh so that you will see what I was doing yesterday properly because of the
Okay.
network issues. All right, so um maybe we should just start off with um the the workspace now. So I'm going to call it a mobile app design. Okay,
All right.
so we are going to choose our feed. Let's just call it engineering IT. All right, so we can leave out the description for now. These are things you can fill up later. So overall, still the first project for the 3 months, 3-month UI UX design masterclass. All right, so we can continue with this. So this is the point where you would invite your team member. So let me invite you now. Okay, so let me get your email so I can invite you.
Let's send it to you through chat.
I think I have it, so let me just scroll up.
No, it's not that one.
Okay, okay, send me there. Be quick, be fast about it. Okay, so um I'm going to invite you now so you can check out for the invitation from your email. Okay,
All right.
so let's try and accept the invitation so you come to the workspace. So you can do that from your side so that we can be on the same page.
Did I do it on my phone or on my system?
It has to be on your system.
But I won't see what you are doing now if I'm down, leave this page.
I'm not saying now. I'm not saying right now.
Okay.
So, um, if you can, you can join. If you can't, just pay attention. So
All
this is a
right.
workspace. If we've created a workspace for our first project, which is the mobile app design. All right. So this is the first project for the 3 months UI UX design masterclass. Okay. So there's a lot of information here, and for every remember what I told you yesterday, we have workspace, and inside workspace we have boards, and inside boards we have cards. All right, card lists and cards. So how does these things work? So for
Sir,
yeah, I'm with you.
sorry, you said inside workspace. There is board. But what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing board members workspace.
Board board members workspace. Uh, I'm explaining to you now. What works?
Okay.
What this all this interface you are seeing? What it actually entails? That's what I'm explaining to you now. Because looking at the interface, it may be confusing. Now I'm explaining to you now.
Okay, my lord.
Marenko. So we have three basic terms you have to understand, and I'm explaining that to you. One is the workspace itself. Workspace itself is like the notice board. You know notice board, now. Sure, you have one in your school. So
Yes, we have.
great. So notice board. Now you can view that like a workspace. That is because mentioning here. That's your workspace. So on that workspace, you have a surface. So you can refer to that surface as your board. Sure you get. It's just like okay. You can also look at a whiteboard. Sure you people have whiteboard in your classroom too.
No, we did not have.
Okay, so you people use projector. Wow, wow, wow. So so that surface you can refer to as board. Then on the board you cannot decide to organize your work. You know, column by column. That's if, for instance, you can use sticky notes. So on the sticky note with different colors. I believe you know what sticky note is. I must have seen something like that before. So sticky notes or probably cardboard that is divided into small sizes, right? So you can use that and then attach each task different color, different description, then uh attach it to the board. So that sticky note serve as different list containing different information. So that particular list, each list is referred to as card. All right. So that is how the system work on Trello. So after you've created a workspace, the next thing you need to create is a board, a surface where you will work on. Are you getting the gist? So the member side you are seeing is if you want to invite more members, the same thing as what you are seeing here, invite workspace members. Sure you get. So it's either you use this side or you use this side. So if you want to invite more members, let's say for instance now we want to get more members on this particular workspace because it's a private workspace. So it cannot be accessed by just anybody. It can only be accepted by accessed by the admin and invited members. So you have been invited. So if you check your email now, you can accept invitation and then you find yourself on this board, on this workspace. I mean, yes, and on the board that we will create. So having said that, the workspace setting you see here is if you want to, maybe you want to change the. For me, now I'm using black background. So if you want to do different settings, you can come to the space here and do that. To the setting here and do that. If you want to upgrade to premium version, I know if you have the money and you want to upgrade, you can go for premium so you have more features. But first, I always advise before you spend your money on things like this, you need to understand how it works. Maximize the free version first. See that you are good at it. So it is now when you need more features and you feel you want to upgrade your game, okay, that you should now go for premium. All right, so you get the
All right.
gist now. So if you come down, if you see workspace view here, these are options. These are part of the workspace setting. the views option. Do you want to view it like a table, or you want to view it like, if I click table, you see now, you see what you see what it's showing. But since I don't have a board there, it can't show anything here. So, or you want to view it like a calendar. Okay. So it all depends on the choice you want. Do you understand? So here now I have not created um
But
any board yet, so that's why it's showing you don't have any board. So the next thing you want to do after you're done with that space is to create a board. So it's going to ask you that what is the board you want to create. This board is now your space, the workspace. Okay.
yes,
Okay, so this is your workspace. So now let's call it this particular workspace, let's call it mobile app. I wish we already have the name for it so that we can just call it that name. um okay, let's just call it mobile app for now. So let's create let's create now. Welcome to your boss space. You get what I'm saying? Are you there?
yes.
So uh,
What my
okay, you can start at ease. All right, so now that we now find ourselves on our board, so the next thing now is to now start creating our task and do the interesting part of the job, right? So we start with um this is a very simple and basic board startup, right? You can start with just what you want to do, then what you are doing, then what you've done. This is a very basic one. The board that, if you see, if I, there is one of the board I work with. There's a team I work with sometimes ago. If I'm to show you the board now, it will confuse you. If you see a lot of board, in fact, you won't even saw this to do the term being used is quite different from this.
we should, because the one I first saw yesterday, it
Yeah.
was scary. So let's continue
So
like this.
so that's why I have to break it down now. So let's just start with something very, very simple. So that as we go forward, as we are climbing up, we'll be changing. We'll be, doing more difficult
Work.
thing. Yeah. So for now, let's just go simple. Let's go simple. So starting with, basically, we need to start with what are we to do. Okay, what do you want to do? So the first thing you want to do is to name the so we have differently. These are about three lists here now. We have to do list, doing list, and done list. So on to do list now, you cannot create different cards on that to do. Do you understand? So on to do now, what's the first task you want to create? The first thing we need to do today now is we want to brainstorm on our project. We want to brainstorm on the mobile app project. That's the first thing we want to do. Are you there?
Yes.
You are. So when you are done with that, add the card. Okay. So after we brainstorm on the project, what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do is now to um set timeline. Set timeline for
Set.
we'll set timeline for um the project design process. So let's do that. The next one to do is is we'll brand our project. We'll brand our project. The next we want to do is commence US design. Then commence UI design. So we are still going to come back to adjust these things, especially under US design, UI design. We are going to come back and adjust them so that we can um so that we can um be more
Okay, you click on the first one.
Yes, I'm still coming there. I want to say something about this UX and UI. So we are still going to come back to it. So I would break it down. What are those processes? Like the four pillars we discussed on the first day, you have to break it down, set timeline for them. We'll start with this, start with that, and then continue with this. So, having said that, the next thing we want to do now is this is not too clear enough. If I invite you to this now, you just see about about five cards here without any further description and all of that. So what you want to do is you want to okay, I think there's something that just came to my head now. I think we should create another list and call it project resources. We will need it. It's very, very important. So
Another list.
yes. So we can now drag this
Have you
one.
created
See,
any of them?
see what I'm doing now? We can drag this one to the first space. So this one you come first.
Okay.
So this project resources is where we will now give details. Okay, we can give details of what is um what this particular projects about, all the resources you'll be using, this and that and this, So let's just leave that one for now. Let's continue to do. So now that we've created about how many cards now, five cards on to-do list. So you can now select the first one, just click on it, just one tap, it will bring up this dialog box. So what does this dialog box entail? This is where you give full information about that task. Say for instance, we want to brainstorm on the mobile app project. So you can now write a description. The brainstorming, this task involve, this is just a stand-up suggestion, so it's not like this is just like a template to follow, not the standard anyway. So
Okay.
um the task involves um brainstorming on the first mobile app application project for the 3 months UI UX design masterclass, which would explain the theory of and UX and UI in product design and management. So you can save that one. That's very long. This is a template you can follow, okay, to create yours whenever you find yourself, you know, using Trello. So you can like always edit this.
Honestly, the pro.
I'm not done. We're going to go through this list here, so I'm not done. So you can edit if you want to adjust that description. You can edit it. There are format options here that you can use to format. Let's say for instance, I want to make this UI UX bold. You can just highlight it, then bold. I want to make this italic.
You want to put full stop.
Sorry,
And then you want to put full stop. Where you press?
normal full stop now on your key on your
Keypad.
keyboard. Uh,
Okay.
so that is that. So you can, if you want to add a
Can you give
link.
it color?
Sorry.
Color.
Sure. Let's see if there is option here. Let's see if there is option here. If there's option, you can. If there is no option, then carry your face and do something else. So there's a lot of format style you can use here. Divider is here, emoji is here. Mention, maybe you want to mention someone from the team. You want to quote. So you can change the font style here. I don't think there is color here. You can use bullets here, bullet list. So you can add image, you can add link, you can attach image and link. So So there's a lot you can do here. So a lot. Mm. So after that, the next you want to do now is okay. I need to add a member because okay, you have not accepted yet. So okay. Um, can you quickly accept on your phone so that I will be able to show you how to add people? Quick, 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 quick,
Okay.
quick.
So where will I design the logo? Will I use Canva or
You
I
can
should
yes, you
just
can use any of those
logo
tools. You can use any of those tools.
or logo picker, logo maker?
You can use any of those tools. You can use any of those tools. So any tool you want to use is fine. So I have created um the work list for project resources and to do, and I've created card for them. So we've set timeline. This is what we addicted. Okay, this is what we have here. So for brainstorm, this is what we have here. Okay, this is what we came up with. Um, for branding of our project, this is what we have to do. So
Okay,
I've not added
project
you on
plan.
this. Let me add you on this, so as you know that it concern you. Because if you are working with a team and you don't had the people involved, nobody will attend to the task. Oh. So let me tell you now, it's something I've experienced before. So everybody will just be on channel about it, but you have to add who is involved, who is concerned with that project. Do you understand?
All right, sir.
So that's how that works. So having done that, so the next thing we want to do now is to, since we want to start brainstorming now, so you now move this brainstorm on the mobile app, you move it to what's that, those sad sounds. So move it to doing. So open up. What are we to do? We have to identify digital gap in education, come up with digital solution product, and finalize on the selected product. All right. So having done that, the next thing you want to open up is your. There is another application I would love to introduce you to, but maybe not now. It's called Notion. Notion. You
No,
can yes, you can check it up. Notion.so. You can check it off. Okay. So maybe I will introduce you that one at that time. But let me just work with Google Doc for now.
no short dot.
So this is it. Notion.so.
S O.
Yes. So but for now I'm going to work with so I'm going to create a new blank document. I'm going to create a blank document. So here we are going to talk about our project. So remember the first thing we have to do, we have to identify a digital
Gap
gap
in
in
education.
education. So come here and post and paste it. So now let's talk. So we live in a very funny country. So I believe by now there are so many things that are under development. So one of which I believe is education. So what do you think about education? This is a random, common sense thinking now. So what do you think about the situation of um? Okay, are you there? Okay,
Yes.
so what do you think about the situation of education in the country, particularly in the digital space? So let's have
What did I
it.
think about it?
Yes.
About education. Education is education.
I know education is education.
See the bad as
We're talking
see the
about
bad aspect of
we're talking about digital gap in education. What do you think about it? Like currently in our country now, what digital gap have you observed? Digital gap is more like What is still lacking when it comes to digital or technology in
It's
education?
lacking a lot though.
So let's start. Number one.
Number one, their what the learning center is so poor.
Poor learning
Technology,
center. Poor learning center.
technology, their computer stuff.
So that means content management system. Poor content management system.
Poor access to technology too.
Okay. Low application of low usage of technology. Okay.
Mm,
What again?
I think poor environment.
Uh, unconducive. Condu. Learning environment.
Sir, I'm coming, please. She's not bad.
It's not. That one is for network provider, not education directly. That one's not a direct education problem. We need problems directly by education itself, not the indirect ones.
Yes, I'm coming. Yeah.
Okay, let's brainstorm. I think poor digital literacy.
Yes, yes.
Poor digital literacy should be part. Um. Okay, I think we can just start with this, hoping that we'll discover more as we continue. So now we have to come up with digital solutions.
Solutions.
So we've identified some gaps. So let's also come up with solutions. So what do you think can be done to mitigate these problems?
I think they should reduce poor levels of literacy, digital literacy.
Okay, more digital literacy campaign, right? Or programs. Okay. What again? What again? Again?
I said provide more learning equipment.
Learning equipment such as
I think computer,
computer. Okay.
all these, what are they calling it? It's not part.
But we are looking for a digital solution. A digital solution, not a physical solution. A digital one. So we identify poor learning center. We identify poor content management system. So I think we should have a platform.
Adequate learning platform.
Yes, adequate learning platform. Agri learning platform.